Okay, now we take our improvisational theories and concepts just as importantly as we take our memorized sequences, and our first improvisational set is what's referred to as Standard 3 or as the fighting kata. Now Standard 3 has its origins in the Shotokan kata Takyoko Shodan, which is devised by Sensei Funakoshi to encompass all of the basic principles of his system. So we're going to demonstrate first for you what Takyoko Shodan looks like so that you can see that it's the underlying basis for our Standard 3. Observe as we do Takyoko Shodan that it follows an H pattern. If we start out standing in this position, the H pattern starts first to the left, it turns, goes to the right, turns, goes across the center of the H, turns, and note how I turn my body, that's important, goes to the other leg of the H, or the other side of the leg, and the way that I'm turning my body is important because that is the type of turning motion that's required in the kata. Back across the center of the H, turn across the leg of the H, turn once again across the leg of the H, and return to your exact starting position. Okay, and that's the beginning and the end of the kata. Now what you need to do is just trace this pattern over and over as I've presented it to you. If you have a pencil or paper, you should just trace it a few times through so that you know where you're supposed to be headed at all times. Once you have that down, then you're prepared to do Standard 1. First though, let's take a look at Takyoko Shodan, the underlying basis for this kata. Gentlemen, right? Takyoko Shodan, yoi, so, yoi. Standard number 3 is the same form done under complete improvisational flow. So I set, it's whatever I want. The first move is a block, and whatever I want to do from this point, I'm free to do it, so long as I respect the movement of the form. Right? And improvisation means you make it up as you go along. So you're not a martial artist until you can do that. Right? Iron Crane Gun Fu is based upon the concept that there's a style of martial art which exists inside you that doesn't exist inside of anyone else. There are similarities, but inside of you is this raging torrent that will only get out for you if you let it out. We begin teaching you from the very beginning of your training, that you have to open up this channel, you have to pull the plug out, you have to turn the faucet on, and you have to find that flow within yourself and make it work. You've seen 3 demonstrations of standard number 3, which is the fighting improvisational form. All 3 held to the rule of format, which is to follow the H pattern of traditional Shotokan Okinawan style, and to respect the movement of that form, the turning sequence as prescribed by Funakoshi, while at the same time growing into your own personal interpretation of movement. Each of us had a very distinctive look to our movement. That's because each of us is creating our own styles internally.